Hello, everyone. Kev's just typing away madly here at someone who said something mean to him on Twitter. And,
No, it wasn't mean.
I'm Dave March, the Spy Guy, and we're here to talk about something that actually seems to be related to the channel. And I want to first say hello to Jove in the chat for coming in for us. So,
what up, Job?
So last time we met, we were talking about my impending new job, and so this will be not starting next week. So we'll be probably moving this show to a Saturday afternoon slot, and we'll just have to wrestle some space away from the Green Fellas to make that happen.
We will see. You are at the ledge. We will see, but I can make no promises.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, that was I promised not to do that, and I failed miserably. So, hey.
So I've been looking for. I managed to squeeze in a few Daniel Craig movies I had never seen before, and one of them made it to a couple made them onto my list, and one of mine is unusual for me, where it's not like he's the starring character, but I did like this movie a lot, and I thought it was an interesting performance by him in it. So, unfortunately, we don't see anyone else.
There's a couple of people watching, but they're being quiet.
Yeah.
So come on, peeps, chat if you want.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, not being funny. I bet that AMBWPTSD channel dude shows up.
Yes.
Because this was his choice.
Mm-hmm.
Because, folks, give us a good suggestion. We will do our damnedest to make it happen.
Right. So this is top 5 Daniel Craig movies that are not James Bond. And I think I'm going to start it off by talking about that one movie that I was just saying I'd finally seen. I think I've seen it a few times on and off. That did not make my list, Jove. I'll tell you that. I thought about it. But especially what I really like about that particular... Well, maybe if someone else mentions it, we'll get it.
Someone else? What, you mean me?
Yes.
Because again, Bob, I'm calling him out right now.
We'll just have to see about getting a third person in here. I think that's the thing to do, and maybe on Saturdays it'll be easier for people.
Yeah, well, like I say, we'll have to, because we've got all sorts of shit going on, and we got the new show starting soon as well, the RPG.
Yes.
I can't remember when that starts. I get told so many different things. I think
it's next week.
What, this Saturday or the following Saturday? No, not the following Saturday, because the following Saturday is the 30th, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. No, I think that is. Oh, shit. Is that the 30th?
No, next Saturday is like a 26 or something like that. 23rd. And there's Matthew in the chat as well.
Hey, Matthew. And Hosea in the house. What up, my man?
Yeah. I'm going to get all professional. I'm adding banners and stuff to StreamYards now that I know how to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Follow the Spy Guy at locals.com.
Yeah, I was just trying to remembering. I've been seeing it going on by, and I wanted to make sure I put a link to the stream there. So, apologies. I kind of forgot this was happening, and then Kevin's like, "Hey, are we doing this?" And I'm like, yes, we are.
So, in other words, if I'd kept my mouth shut, I could have had an evening off. Hey, God damn me and my generous orcish nature. Because we orcs are not just the bestest looking and the smarterest, and I am the smarterest and bestest looking of them all on the tinterwebs and tubes of you, but we're also kind of nurturing by nature.
Yep.
Ask any one of the 76 kids I've killed.
Yeah.
That are mine. Little bastards got to learn respect somehow. Oh, we've already got people recommending things in the chat.
Yep.
But right,
so,
go for it, Dave.
Off. Like I said, I liked him in Tomb Raider. It's my number 5, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, where he's the romantic lead to one of the hottest women of all time, Lara Croft, played by Angelina Jolie. And what I would have considered probably one, now that I've watched it fully, it's certainly one of the best computer game movies ever made, and people I think forget that it's a computer game movie because it's.
I'm going to take us off on a tangent right now. Best computer game movie. It's an okay movie. I mean, it's rewatchability, and I've got a funny story to tell you about that, about the shooting of Tomb Raider as well in a second.
Okay.
But no, computer game movies. One of my favorites is actually In the Name of the King with Jason Statham.
It's not really a computer game movie.
Yeah, it's based on a dungeon siege.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons it's like a poor man's Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
But you've got Jason in that one. You had Jason Statham, Ray Liotta, fucking John Rhys Davis. You had Burt Reynolds, Matthew Lillard.
Okay, now I'm going to watch this movie.
Yeah, it's got a big cast in it. Seriously, there's like 10 actors you look at and go, hang on.
Usual collection of actors slumming it, but it
no.
usual.
Oh, Uwe Boll. Oh, what a great director of computer game movies. Seriously, do you know what? Actually, might actually be even. I might like even better than In the Name of the King. Postal. Have you ever seen the film Postal?
Oh God, no.
Oh, dude, you've got to watch this movie. It is so inappropriate in every goddamn way. I'm just trying. The main star of it is I can never remember his name. I think he was the ginger bully in that American classic from like the 80s or something. And he was in Resident Evil 2. He was the Russian one of the Russian umbrella guys. Okay. He's not done bundles, but it's so inappropriate, and it's got like and again I can't remember the guy's name. Massive German bloke. He was in Gladiator. Did the Conan TV series.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah, was in Best of the Best.
That was an interesting show, by the way.
Yeah, no, it was. But I mean, the reason he did that is because he actually got kibosh for the role of Conan in the movie in favor of Schwarzenegger. So he part funded the Conan Barbarian series with him as portraying him as the lead. But Postal is so inappropriate. Oh yeah, and you've got oh God, why have I forgotten his name all of a sudden? The midget from Mini-Me.
No.
Yeah, he's in it as well. It's you've got the Taliban, you've got a fake cult.
Okay.
You've got corrupt police. You've got for want of a better phrase, Nazi hookers. All set in a very small town.
Okay.
And you've also got George Bush. And the opening sequence, you couldn't make a film like that nowadays. I'll tell you that. Yeah. And the thing was, he made
if he did, it would be on Amazon Prime. I would tell you that.
But no. So Postal and In the Name of the King are better computer game movies than Daniel Craig's Tomb Raider.
Well,
so sorry. Now forgive me for now. Carry on with Tomb Raider. We just went for a 5-minute tangent there.
This movie, or his part in it, is because his character Alex West is supposed to be like, I thought was a worthy love interest for the Tomb Raider, for Lara Croft, especially given the Lara Croft in this one. It's not like the one in the remake movie or in the new TV or new video games. This is the original Lara Croft, who is two-gunning it through killing all these people and
looking fucking fine doing it.
Yeah, and looking great doing it and killing all these bad guys and basically like a 20th level character in a first world of first level characters. And he's worthy of her by being his own Tomb Raider, and despite the fact he screwed her over multiple times, she
screwed her.
Basically, spoiler alert, but she basically risked her risk her life to save his, and it's just sort of like I just found that interesting that they would make that kind of creative choice there. So the girl has to rescue the guy. I also love the fact that her father is played by her actual father.
Oh yeah, John Voight.
Yeah, and just all this other stuff that was happening in that movie. I was like, this is much better than I've ever thought it was. And I know Chris Stuckman says it's one of his favorite guilty pleasures, but it's just like there's a lot of wit and heart in this movie, and I felt that it was better than certainly in the last James Bond movie. I can tell you that. Having watched this, I was like, this is so much better. But yeah, so that was my number 5.
Oh, hold the phone. Bob is going to be joining us.
Oh, excellent.
I have let me just copy the link from yourself. I will send the link to Bobby.
Okay, perfect. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, folks. As you can see, live entertainment going on right now. Yep, there you go. I've sent him that.
Every movie has to be, as Joe was mentioning, that movie was good and fun. And you know what? That's what we need. We need to have more good and fun movies in this world. And not every one of them has to be knock it out of the park like some of these other ones that you see out there.
Yeah. And I did tease a little story.
I heard about the story.
During the filming of Tomb Raider, there is a red top tabloid publication whose name I will not sully the airwaves of Dave's glorious channel with, who obtained a naked picture of her and posted it right in their tabloid, full page spread kind of thing. Now, this one particular person, I will not mention his name. I will not mention his particular role in the film. Suffice to say, I've met this guy. He's fucking crazy. He's batshit. He's complete fucking nuts. He's the kind of guy who walk into a random pub, and if he doesn't like what they're showing on the TV, he'll just smash the TV instead of asking him to change the channel. He's that crazy. He's got something missing from his brain. But anyway, they were filming the bath scene, in one of the sound stages, closed set, only essential personnel allowed. Yep. He was up in the gantry. If you don't know, sound stages, they're generally 50, 60 foot. They're tall buildings, and you've got a whole gantry up in the top end of it. He'd had this banner blown up, which was the picture that was posted in the newspaper. And when they're filming the fucking scene, he unfurls it and hangs it off the banner on the gantry so she can see it.
Yeah.
And fair play to her, from everything I've heard, she literally pissed herself laughing and said they could have got a better photographer. This was back when she was just getting it, getting there in the game.
Yeah. Back before Brad Pitt.
Yeah. So she was still down to earth and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good movie with her in it, by the way. Her and Brad Pitt, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So, and why am I getting piss off? Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I'm getting banner events about something giving me 25% off. Oh, wow. Go away. Jobs wants a link to the online version. What of
Postal?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Mr. and Mrs. Smith is great.
Right.
That's fun. And that's what caused Brad to leave Jennifer.
Yeah.
I mean, not been funny, but as I always said, Brad was an idiot. Jennifer Aniston is the girl you take home to your mum.
Yep.
And you wake up with every morning for 20, 30 years. Angelina Jolie is the dirty little skank you meet in the hotel, spend the weekend together, and then you fuck off for 6 months.
You're saying she's the one you cheat on your wife with. It's not the one you marry.
Yeah. Jennifer, you take home to your mum. Angelina, you tell her your mum's dead. But right. Sorry, I've got so many tabs. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? That one. Go away. Why has that disappeared? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yes, thank you. There you go. Right. No, and what's I got that.
Hey, James, welcome to the chat.
Yes, James, long time no speak, my man.
Mm-hmm.
And if it hasn't been a long time, then you're not important enough to remember talking to. Only joking. James was the best horse I ever had in Red Dead Redemption 2. In fact, he was the only horse I had on Red Dead Redemption 2. So, but yeah.
So that was a great story. And while we wait for Bob, maybe you want to tell us your number 5. And remember, people, we do never compare in advance. We don't know what we're choosing until the moment we say them out loud.
Nope. He has no idea what I'm picking. I have no idea what he's picking. Right. My number 5 pick. The Trench.
I watched that. I was going to make that an honorable mention.
Yeah, I think because you just watched it, didn't you, really? Yeah.
There we go.
And thing is, I had seen that. Shit. Oh, God. Warn me next time you're putting your camera on.
Shut your pie hole.
Oh, God, Job. No, sorry. I'll get back to the Trench in a second. Yeah. Job, no, Gippy wasn't my best horse. I might have taken up. No, I'm not even going there yet because she's not here to defend her honor. Not that she's got any.
Well, Bob, welcome to the show. Sorry, I sent out the link so late. Kind of
no, it's dude.
I
was stuck out of. I was stuck away from the house anyway, so.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man. No, to be honest with you, we didn't realize till Thursday last week that we were going to be doing this because Dave's starting a new job.
Yep.
Nice.
Monday to Friday day shift.
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, hope it works out for you, man.
Yeah.
But he's not starting it now till next week, so we managed to get this one in, and this one was suggested by MBWDPTQ. Oh, James later.
Yeah, that channel guy who sometimes shows up. He's pretty.
Well, he's shown up every time since he started talking. He's been here every time, so fair enough.
Oh yeah.
But yes,
he's got like a couple thousand subscribers, so he's not.
Yeah, so he's better than all us three.
Yeah. So did you hear about what happened with the Chuck Norris video?
No. What happened?
It's at 1,600 views.
Nice.
Well, actually, hold on. I'm just going to refresh and check because I said to Dave on Thursday it was at 1,502.
Yeah.
I said to Dave on Thursday, I'll bet you that's at 1,600 by Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And it is it's still on 1,592.
Yeah, well, that's pretty close to 1,600.
So, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. And I guess it must be Chuck Norris.
Yes, I think it would be Chuck Norris. Yeah, Chuck Norris is an evergreen subject. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
But yes, so me and Dave talked about James Bond last week. You know, the James Bond movies.
Yeah, we just did a random stream.
Yeah, random stream. Dave was like, I'm going to talk about No Time to... It's No Time to Die, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, cool. Good luck to you. Have a fun stream. I'll be in the chat. He was like, do you want to come on?
Yeah.
So we ended up talking our favourite James Bonds and stuff.
I've not seen it yet.
No, nor have I.
Honestly, I'm probably going to wait till it hits streaming.
Yeah. I'll go sailing for it, I think.
Yeah. Because I'm one of the few people that actually like Craig as Bond.
No, I thought he was good. I thought he's good. I
have
scripts.
This new one.
Yeah, his scripts have been too dour.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what we were saying, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah. So Casino. Well, my problem is, they decided to make Casino Royale, which is going to be like we're redefining Bond for the new generation. We're going to make him gritty and dark. And then Quantum of Solace, unfortunately, is a victim of the writer's strike.
Yep.
And then we have Skyfall, which is complete opposite. It's the most campy James Bond movie since Roger Moore. Right?
Yeah, it's like this Bond. Unfortunately, it didn't seem like they had an idea for what they wanted his identity to be.
Yeah.
And they didn't know where to want to go with him, so it was just all, like you said, and because of certain circumstances that were out of their control, he was just all over the place.
Yeah.
And then again with the later circumstances with this movie where it was supposed to be out 2019, early 2020.
Yeah. And Job, yes, I did watch Halloween Kills and stuff.
I haven't yet.
It was terrible.
But that is available to me. I know that is available to me.
Yeah. And I'm a huge horror fan, so I'm a huge, like, Michael Myers is like the argument between who's better, Michael Myers or Jason. For me, it's Michael Myers. And I was so disappointed in that movie. But
really, because a lot of people I know said it's fucking great.
People who don't,
Lewis gave it a 4.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, let me put it this way: people who don't know what Michael Myers is supposed to be, what the idea behind the story of that was, will probably look at him and go, "Dude, the kills were awesome." It's like the kills are brutal. Like if you're looking for a movie with just like brutal murder scenes and like you'll probably
I can watch a fucking Saw movie for that, mate.
Yeah.
Well, from Saw 3 onwards.
Yeah, but it's I was disappointed in it, but then again, I was disappointed in the last one. So
I was kind of disappointed in Freddy versus Jason.
It's because
they didn't ham it up enough.
Well, the problem with Freddy versus Jason is you didn't get a whole lot of Freddy versus Jason until the very friggin' end. You know?
Well, you kind of did because they were fighting each other over the kill count.
They kept trying to do like the whole like psychological thing with that movie.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, they're just two murder machines. Just
fucking send them out.
It's like Godzilla versus Kong. I don't need the human stuff in the middle. I just need an hour and a half of Kong and Godzilla beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Kong. The Godzilla and Kong bits, yes.
Yeah.
The human bits, you're like, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah. When they finally,
two 12-year-olds and a fat janitor break into a military complex and nobody finds out about it, and you know all this stupid shit.
Anyway, but we're off topic.
Yeah,
wait, that's cool. That's allowed.
Yeah. So, Kev, you were going to tell us your number 5.
Yeah, my number 5 was The Trench.
Right.
Now, you said that you were thinking about it, but you didn't. You were thinking about it as an honorable mention. I think part of the reason I'm putting it a bit higher is because I saw it when it came out. So, and granted, I haven't seen it in about, 12 years, I think.
Oh, God, that movie came out like 20-something years ago, didn't it?
Yeah. It's like, I got
like early 2000?
2000, was it 2001?
Yeah, it's either really late 1990s or really early 2000s.
99.
Was it 99?
There you go.
Yeah. And part of the reason I saw this when it came out was because I was running a chain of 3 video rental stores back in the day. Yes, the Orc has done everything. I have been an extra in Warcraft, an extra in Lord of the Rings. I have, funny enough, done professional security because Orcs tend to be pretty good at security, or at least hitting people that want to come in that are not allowed. But, you know, I also ran a chain of 3 video rental stores. If you don't know what a video rental store is, Google Blockbuster.
You can even watch the movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
the last Blockbuster,
yeah. But, yeah, so The Trench, fucking, oh, Jesus Christ. Like I say, this was so long ago. It's what I really loved about it, even though it's pretty much all filmed, especially with my eye nowadays, it's all filmed in a soundstage. It still felt gritty because it's set during World War One. And let's be honest here now. You know, World War One, the Great War, it wasn't a great war. It was a fucking shit war. All wars are shit.
Yeah.
You know?
War to end all wars, man. Unfortunately, that didn't.
Yeah, war to end all wars. Then we had war to end all wars part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6. We had the Book of Wars. Oh, no, sorry, that's the Saw series, isn't it? Oh, but yeah, But no, the trench, and it's not an action flick. It's a character-based study of how, because fucking kids were sent to the front lines. They were like 10, not 10, but 14, 15, 16, 18, 19-year-olds. And it's more of a character study of how it's affecting them been stuck in these trenches when you got the constant threat of shelling and all the rest of it. I mean, it wasn't as realistic, shall we say. They weren't, calf deep in shit and piss because the bogs were overflowing or whatever, but it kind of it's more of a character study of how this has affected them, and it's set just before the Battle of the Somme, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me,
like people talk about Vietnam and how it's bad, and 50,000 Americans died in 10 years of war. In one day, the first day of the Somme, they lose 56,000 people.
Yeah.
Killed.
Yeah.
That was a brutal friggin' battle, man.
Yeah. It was literally modern-ish day weapons fought with Napoleonic tactics, Napoleonic Wars tactics.
Yeah,
line everybody up and get them to shoot. But the weapons are a lot more accurate, a lot more devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel Craig plays a sergeant in this, and I don't know, it's something about. I mean, you get the feeling that he's not seen much more than any of these kids, but he's the sergeant, so he's got to. You got. I mean, he's got to do his part.
Yeah,
he's got to. Not motivate them, but nurture them in his character.
Yeah, knowing that most of them are going to die.
Yeah, exactly, and he's trying to. Thank you. I'm trying to express the words. Long fucking day at work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and he's trying to do his best, but at the same time, he doesn't want to connect because he knows they're all fucked. But he can't help. But can I? Can't I? Can I do this without? And it's the human study of what people went through. In that, like I say, it's not a big action movie.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, Dunkirk or whatever? And people think Dunkirk was brutal. No. This battle was even worse.
Dunkirk was just a bad circumstance. The Somme was
it's a rout.
Somme was just like the ultimate in human failure, man. It was just death everywhere.
Yeah, like I say, you had all these people who fucking fought with muskets and stuff like that in command. It's like, we line up 50 feet from the enemy, we shoot each other. Oh, the best way to break their lines is to just charge blindly at them.
Yeah.
But the machine gun has been invented now. It's not fucking 3 volleys a minute. It's 3 bullets a second.
Yeah. Warfare definitely had to evolve after that. But,
gotcha.
No, that's a good choice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is my number 5.
Okay.
Young man back then.
Yeah. Well,
And my number 5 is Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure computer game movie. Although I told him already.
I just liked him. I really liked his character in that movie. It's not necessarily the greatest movie. I just liked him and the fact that he's like he's a person worthy of Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Which is very not easy thing to have.
Yeah, like I've got a movie on my list that is like, it's not a great movie, but his performance is awesome.
Yeah.
So no, I dig it. I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a character actor, man. In reality, people think of him think he's not because of the Bond films, but you look at all the other stuff that he's done.
Well, I was going to say, you look at anything he's done since Casino Royale,
mm-hmm.
and you look at everything he's done before Casino Royale. It's like it's like a dichotomy. It's like 2 completely different ends of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But anyway, that was my number 5. Bob.
Well, that was his number 5.
Mm-hmm.
My number 5, I'll go ahead and get the one that I was talking about out of the way. Logan Lucky.
Oh,
his character, he plays a character named Joe Bang, who's basically he's an explosive expert. He's aptly named.
I was going to say that's fucking lucky. Do you think his parents had precognitive powers?
Dude, he's so freaking. He's basically the straight man in this.
Yeah.
This absolute farce, but he's kind of an idiot. he's the smartest of the idiots, is what it comes down to. But he plays he plays a Southerner so well in that man. Like in that accent that he has is fantastic, man. And like this is a movie that I thought was going to be so much better than it was because it has a really good cast in it. It's got was it Channing Tatum and Adam Driver, and Adam Driver gets a bad rap because
Star
Wars movies.
Yep.
He's actually funny. Like that zombie movie he did with Bill Murray.
Oh,
was freaking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, good.
I don't think we're going to do too well. Why? I've read the entire script. You got the entire script? I've only read a few. I only read my bits.
Yeah. But yeah, it's if you have any, like, that's one of those movies where it's worth suffering through the rest of it just to see the parts with him. Because like I said, like he's and like I said, outside of the Bond films, he's one of those guys that just absolutely chews scenery when he's given a chance to actually act.
Right.
So yeah, like don't judge Daniel Craig by the Bond films. Judge him by the other stuff he's done, because the other movies I have on my list here, 100%, like he's the central figure, and in my opinion, they're awesome. So, but yeah, that's my number 5.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good.
I guess my number 4 is Logan Lucky.
And folks, we do not compare notes beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably rating it a little higher because I love these type of heist caper movies. I'll just put them on and just watch these stupid things, no matter how bad or they get, because I just love that. And some of my favorite movies are these type of things. I mean, the original, The Italian Job, you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah, such a great movie that I haven't seen it
this
in a few
movie.
years.
I loved it. Like, there's the prison riot that's covering the guy's escape, and was it whether their demands are to get all the books that George R. R. Martin actually hasn't written yet. They're like, but the TV show is taking notes. No.
Yeah, it's and one of the funny things, like when they go over the plan for what they're gonna do in this movie, because the whole thing is, like you said, it's a heist where basically these two brothers, down their luck, they decide they're gonna rob the local racetrack during a NASCAR event, but they need the help of a safecracker, and so they come up and then there's this whole thing with I can't remember, was it Channing Tatum's character has to get to his daughter's beauty pageant. So this whole they come up with this crazy plan of, first they're gonna break Daniel Craig's character out of prison. They're gonna go to the racetrack. They're gonna blow the vault up, get away with all the money, and then they're gonna take him back to prison. Which is like, it's not like you normally you're really like, you break him out and then he just runs off. No, they're gonna take him back to prison because he wants to serve his time and everything. And then they gotta get the Channing Tatum's character to his daughter's beauty pageant. It's just ridiculous. It's the kind of crazy, ridiculous thing that a bunch of nut job rednecks would come up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is exactly what it is.
And I have a lot of rednecks in my family, so
yeah, it's like this is the kind of thing
I was about to say, well, that's perfect. Bob's explained it perfectly. I mean, how did that?
It's like I could see members of my family like jock rocking this kind of thing in their head. So, but it's like the movie kind of falls short of the mark, but his scenes in the movie are awesome.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So you're number 4, Orc.
My number 4, and you're probably going to say, why the fuck is this number 4? My number 4 is Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
Okay.
I noticed you going, Now, hear me out here. The reason it's number 4, it's a fucking remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I've seen the original, and the original is actually better.
The original is so much better.
I have not seen the original, so.
Oh no, dude! If you've seen Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, seriously, go and watch it's Swedish, isn't it? Is it Swedish? Yeah. Watch the Swedish original, because they did. What was it? The Swedes actually did 2 of them. Was it? I think there was 2.
There was supposed to be a third one, but they never did.
I can't remember if the third one came out or not.
Yeah.
That's why I'm questioning if it was 2 or 3. Fucking Job, you've got a fucking. You were obsessed, man. Jesus Christ.
You should see him talking about cake whenever I'm doing a gaming video.
Yeah.
Well, the cake is a lie.
No, it's about, I'm talking about cake, like ass cake.
Oh, ass cake.
Yeah. That ass.
Oh,
But,
fair.
no, dude, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the character he plays is, Bloomquist or something like that.
Yeah, hold on. Mikhail Blomqvist.
Yeah, and it's basically built around like a kind of a cold case thing where they're looking at this woman.
Exactly, and he sells it well. But like I say, part of the problem I had with this was, again, going back to my video rental days, I had the original.
Yeah.
And on quiet days when you wouldn't get many, especially, you open at 10 o'clock in the morning, you're not going to get anybody in unless it's, bank holidays or school holidays. You're not going to get any bugger in till 3, 4 o'clock. So you open up the shop and you end up just sitting there watching all the movies.
Yeah. And this movie had an amazing cast too, man. It had three of my favorite actors. I really like Daniel Craig, but it had Runa Mara was she wasn't a terrible Elizabeth Salander, but she was nowhere near as good as the lady who played her in the original movies. But Christopher Plummer and Stellan Skarsgård were fantastic.
Yeah, well, Skarsgård's always good.
Yeah.
All this, any Skarsgård's good. Let's be honest. And here he is.
Yeah, AMBW channel, welcome to the chat. We are filming the show you wanted us to film.
You asked for it.
Yeah.
You wanted it. You asked for it. We gave it to you, and you showed up the best part of 40 minutes late. What?
Figure out how to do
fuck?
and be making you one.
Yeah, but and like Skarsgård's the reason why I want to go see Dune, because he's playing Baron Harkonnen. So
yeah,
that's gonna be freaking awesome.
Don't, dude. I'm actually contemplating taking a day off work because it comes out, I think, next week over here.
Yep.
Even though it's fucking my company, and I used to get fucking
get used to it. You're second to us and everything.
I used to get fucking invites to the cast and crew screenings in Leicester Square and shit like that.
Wow.
Never took them up because I couldn't be asked.
Now that you want them, you don't get them.
Yeah, now this one that I really want to see. We don't even get fucking. We also used to get free screenings day before release at the cinema closest to the studio. Sorry, theatre for you Yanktowners. Closest to the studio. And that's not happening now. It sucks. I want to see this in the big screen, so I'm thinking of taking a day off work so I can go for like a 3 o'clock showing when there's nobody in. So I can just enjoy it in peace and quiet.
Yeah, I've got tickets for IMAX for it, so.
Oh, you lucky git.
Yeah. It'll be fun. But yeah, no, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, even the remake, like I said, even though it's not as good as the original, his performance in it is great. Christopher Plummer's awesome. Stellan Skarsgård's amazing.
But I gotta say, I would have put it higher if it was an OG production. But because it's a remake and I think we can all agree, well, me and you can agree here, Bob, because Dave hasn't seen the original. It's an inferior remake.
Yeah, it's unfortunately a victim of the whole what happens when Hollywood
Americanization
of a film. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the underlying story,
for example.
The underlying story is really good though.
Mm.
And it's David Fincher, so he's usually really good.
Mm.
Cool.
Oh, and by the way, before you go any further, Bob,
Mhm.
I'd just like to point out the AMBW channel still hasn't worked out how to turn the fucking caps lock off. Seriously, dude. Last week you did it for like 1.5 messages.
What are we yelling about?
What are your three
no.
favorite heist movies? Subscribe to the Ledge. Yes, by the way, we need to get people subscribing to this man here.
Yep.
Because he is 8 away from 100 subscribers.
I thought you got the last.
No, not
he's
yet.
92. No, 92. He still hasn't got that custom.
Mhm.
Gotta get that.
Gotta get that custom.
All right, but all right. So who's next?
You.
Oh, me. Okay. My number 4 is Munich.
Oh.
It's about the what was it called? The Black September capture, the massacre of the Israeli athletes at the 1972 Olympics, and about the Massoud group that went in to get revenge. And it's obviously it's a Hollywood retelling, so there's going to be some embellishments about things in there. But some of the scenes in this were really, really powerful. Like when Eric Bana's character is like kind of like torn because after they're basically assassinating people,
right?
And so he's a little torn on that. So it's like because it's basically this kind of balance between nationalism and humanity. But Daniel Craig's character is awesome in it. Eric Bana is really good in it. Was it Joffrey Rush is fantastic. I mean, that's another one of those guys. That's another one of my favorite actors, man. Joffrey Rush is awesome. But this was what was this early 2000s? It was like 2000, 2004, 2005.
Oh, yeah. That was. I've got to be honest with you. This is actually in my top 5 list.
Yeah, and it was.
But it's not number 4.
Yeah, it's a powerful movie. So I don't really go too much into it, especially because I think it's one of those movies where you can if you talk too much about the characters, you can
spoil it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's based on an actual event, and it's a moment in history, and it's something that happened before I was born, because I was born in 72. So this happened the year I was born. So I don't remember it, but
were you born or were you carved?
But
it's a farming joke there, folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those moments in history that it lived for a long time. A lot of people have forgotten about it, but it's very good. And this is back when Eric Bana was like really in demand.
Oh God, he was a god for a few years.
Yeah, like every character, every movie that needed a character actor had Eric Bana in it.
Right.
Yeah, and did you actually see his real life docu-movie about the racing? I can't remember the name of it now. God, hold on. I'm actually gonna have to do something I don't normally do. I'm gonna have to pull up IMDb.
Yeah. No, I don't remember that.
What was it? No, what was it? Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Couldn't tell you.
No, okay. It's not even listed on IMDb because I think it was. Really? It's not listed here?
Are you sure it was him?
Yeah, that might be the thing.
No, I swear it was Eric Bana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's a big time amateur racer as well.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, like I know him and Patrick Dempsey are friends because they're both into racing. Patrick Dempsey, I can't remember if he actually managed to get into it, but he wanted to race Le Mans. And I know he did a big documentary about Le Mans. So, but Eric Bana was like, in my personal opinion, he's a very underappreciated actor.
Oh God,
and his performance in that movie was great. So, Munich, that's my number 4.
Nice.
Okay. Mine's my next one is a very interesting and different movie. I saw this with my father, and he said he grew up watching or reading this comic and such. And it is The Adventures of Tintin, where he plays the bad guy. Sakura.
Yeah, he does the voice of the bad guy.
Yeah, the voice of the bad guy. And probably the first time I've done an animated movie on as one of my picks, so I know Kev has done before. But yeah, this movie is great. It's got a great little adventures yarn, and it's a lot of fun with the voice acting cast. But also just, it's of course was going to be the first of a series, and I guess it bombed, so it didn't do as well. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and I think it's a really great thing to.
Well, you might as well have picked fucking Golden Compass then.
But my pick's actually good, unlike the Golden Compass.
Well, it wasn't that bloody good. Otherwise, you would have got the sequel, wouldn't you? You would have got the follow-on, just like the Golden Compass.
There's plenty of movies out there that are really amazing that bombed in the office, and we never got to see the great sequel that should have been.
Yeah. I mean, this was like one of those. This was one of Spielberg's, his labor of love films. Is something he wanted to do for a long, long time.
Yeah, he grew like my father. Spielberg grew up reading these books and watching the cartoons, and it was a great time to go out with my dad on one of the last few movies I think we saw together. So there you go.
Yeah, and it had a really good voice cast. I mean, it was him. I can't remember. I know Andy Serkis played the captain, right?
Andy
Serkis was the captain. I know Simon Pegg, Nick Frost did voices in it. Toby Jones.
Yep. Simon Pegg, Nick
Carey
Frost in it.
The guy who played Tintin, though, wasn't it?
Jamie Bell.
I thought it was Ewan McGregor.
Was it Jamie Bell?
Yep.
I thought it was Ewan McGregor.
Well, I'm looking at IMDb here, so.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And it's got Toby Jones in it.
Yeah, Toby
Jamie
Jones.
Bell. He's good.
Yeah.
Came to prominence for one particular movie, and doesn't seem to get as much work as he should do.
Yeah. But I remember that Andy Serkis played the captain, and then I can't remember that Simon Pegg and Nick Frost played like the two henchmen guys, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
They had the same. They had like the same name, so I think everyone kept confusing them.
No, I'm just calling it up now.
Thomas and Thomas.
Yeah,
or something like that. But
Thompson.
Simon Pegg as Thompson and Nick Frost as Thompson.
Okay.
So Simon Pegg was Thompson, Nick Frost was Thompson.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, it was a really well put together movie, man. As far as the animation there was concerned.
Holy shit, Carrie Ellis was in this.
Yeah, I just said that, dude.
Yeah, I don't listen to you.
Mr. Mr. Dread Pirate Roberts. But he was like I think he was like a bit character though. He wasn't like his voice is like instantaneously. You know exactly who he is as soon as he says something.
Unlike other Robin Hoods, I have a British accent. But, Master Robin, you lost your arms in the Crusades.
What you got? Some
nice boobs.
The best part of that movie is when he runs in the tree and goes, "Oh my god, I can see!
I can see!
And he runs in the tree and goes, I'm wrong.
Nope. And by the way, AMBW channel has found the caps lock and turned it off. He says, I would like for you guys to do a video ranking top 5
movies that aren't Ocean's 11. Original or remake?
Oh, yeah. Do we have to stick with originals or can we do remakes? Personally, I'll stick with originals.
Yeah. I would I would actually probably make them old, so you can't use Ocean's 11, 12, 13.
No. Yeah, Oceans. Yeah, you can't have Sammy Davis, the Rat Pack squad.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have the George Clooney squad. And let's be honest, none of us would even pick the Sandra Bullock version.
No.
God.
But no, I've got 2 of my top 5 already for that one.
Yeah. So
the same here.
And I think that's probably my top 2 interchangeable.
I'm pretty sure no one other than me has seen my number 1 for that pick.
All right, does it begin with the letter K?
Gone within a week.
Does it begin with the letter K? No, it doesn't. It doesn't begin with the letter K.
Cool. All right. Tintin. So what's your number 3, Kev?
Okay. And bear in mind, these lists are not compiled between us. These lists are not made up on the spot. I have bits of paper here, but maybe this will shut somebody in the chat up. Cowboys versus Aliens.
Oh my God.
Now, there is a very simple reason Cowboys versus Aliens is number 3. There's a very simple reason why it made it in the top 5. Because let's be honest, it's a bit of a schlocky movie. It's fucking fun.
Right.
Daniel Craig's character really doesn't give a fuck to begin with when he comes in because, you know, he doesn't remember who he is. He doesn't really give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, it was, I mean, I think this movie should have done a lot better, but they tried to sell it as Bond versus Indy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, where it's not. It's Harrison Ford versus Daniel Craig. And let's be honest here, Daniel Craig would have made a fucking great spiritual successor to Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Maybe.
Just think about it for a second. Harrison Ford, I mean, when Cowboys and Aliens, Daniel Craig was what? Early 40s?
Mm-hmm.
I think. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect time. Indy, you know, you do Indiana Jones 4, because there is only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
No, he's 53.
Yeah, he's 53 now.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
at the time. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, at the time, early 40s. You think about it, you do an Indiana Jones 4 because there's only been 3 Indiana Jones movies, and to be honest with you, there should only be 3 Indiana Jones movies. But you doing an Indiana Jones 4, you have him come along, and you have Harrison Ford, and he would have been a perfect spiritual successor to Indiana Jones. Instead, we got this movie where they interplayed when they were on screen. They weren't on screen as much as you'd think. They interplayed really fucking well.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great repertoire between them.
There was a production issue and like a lot of their scenes were like shot separately?
Yeah, it was probably Harrison Ford breaking his hip again.
Yeah. Well, for
I
me,
mean, let's be honest, he
what
was
I really liked
86
about
when
that
he was...
movie is Harrison Ford's performance, because he gets to do
Yeah.
something completely different for once in his career. He got to play an asshole.
He was
I know.
basically the bad guy.
Yeah.
He was the evil cattle rancher.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for the first time, so many times he just doesn't get to play that character. I can only think of a few times where he ever got to really play a jerk. And he got to play one there, and it was just so nice to see that. And I also liked how the aliens seemed to be following a plan there. They thought out the logic of this movie a lot more than a lot of movies like this do.
I think honestly, I think that because they tried to go a little highbrow with why they were doing what they were doing, might have been what turned some people off.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they had to kind of go through this exposition of explaining why this was happening.
Yeah. Normally in this sort of movie, you go, him alien, him bad, shooty, bang, bang. Him
Alien
wants
here
gold.
Alien here to hurt people.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which, let's be honest, works fucking great in the original Predator, in the original Alien and Aliens.
It works. It often works. It's just that in this movie, they tried to do something different, and unfortunately, it just didn't click with people.
Yeah,
exactly.
But by the way, the graphic novel series is awesome.
I haven't read that. I haven't read that.
I think that was the other thing too. Is I think a lot of people expected to be more like the graphic novel.
Yeah, that would happen.
Yeah, that is something that
a little bit of that. So
yeah,
but
and I think it was up against stiff competition when it came out.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was up against, but I think there was another big movie coming out that time.
Yeah, but good choice.
I mean, I remember what it was coming up against. Yeah, that was the week me and Angelina Jolie's sex tape was released.
Well,
yes, Matthew, it's true. There is a copy out there somewhere. And if not, I can burn you a DVD. Only $299.99.
Yeah. But it's I'm trying to think of what it was up against.
Oh God,
it was up.
I'm trying to remember what fucking year it came out.
2011.
Cowboys and the Aliens is 2011.
11.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, that was also, you got to remember, that was the year, that was the when the Marvel films really started
Yeah.
kicking off.
Right.
So you had in that year alone, you had Captain America and Thor.
Mhm.
Trying to remember what else. That's the only things that come to mind as far as that. I think there was the finale for the Harry Potter. Was that,
Yeah.
wasn't that part
Oh,
7
was it?
ended, and then yeah.
Apparently, it came out the same week as Smurfs and tied for number 1 with the Smurfs movie.
Smurfs. I didn't. God damn it! I hate that movie.
Well, I think
Sorry,
there was something
Smurfette
else.
is such a whore. Entire village of fucking Smurfs, one Smurfette. Really? That bitch is fucking going to town on all of them. You know it.
Oh God. Yep. One chick.
So am I crushing childhood fantasies here?
No, it's just gross.
You're thinking through the logic.
But no, good choice, man.
But yeah, so
All
that
right.
was my number 3.
Number 3.
Oh, and by the way, you're welcome, Job. Oh, and Johnny, you arsehole. Thank you for fucking showing up finally.
Yep. So who's
After
next?
the comments I saw on the video as well, bitch.
Am I next or you next?
You next.
Yep.
You next. Okay.
You 3.
My number 3. I'm actually probably be people gonna be upset with me because I don't have Cowboys versus Aliens on my list. My number 3 is Defiance.
Ooh.
Another war movie. Set during World War II. It's about the Russian Jews who were forced in during Nazi-occupied Europe, who become kind of become an extension of the Russian military. They join the Russian resistance fighters. And again, great cast: Daniel Craig, Liev Schreiber, Jamie Bell again. There you go. Alexia Davalos. Hot.
Wasn't that the fucking leader of the Daleks? Davos.
Davos. Yeah. And what was that guy's name? He's another one of those. He's another big character actor. He's like you see him, you're like, oh, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he was in that as well as one of the resistance leaders. But yeah, great movie. Really, like Craig's performance in this is really good. Liev Schreiber's performance is what really caught me in this movie. Yes, his brother. They play brothers. But yeah, it's an awesome period piece. And it's cool. It's cool watching these them like slowly build this movie up, build their army up, because they originally come out. They're just like displaced refugees.
Well, no, they are a little different. They basically they're like smugglers or something like that.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about when they get displaced and everything. They start doing that to survive, but then they start looking at their community and going like, you know what,
we can do this.
We can actually build an army here.
Yeah, we've got the chance. Yeah,
and it's Liev Schreiber's brother is the one who's like, I want to fight.
Yeah,
so he's kind of like the driving force behind that. And then,
but I do believe Daniel Craig's character brother is an actual criminal. That's like everyone's talking about throughout the movie. They're giving him a hard time because he's before the war he was a bad guy.
Yeah, and that's why their family is kind of on the outs with everybody at first.
Mm-hmm.
But it's and again, great character for a great character piece, and Daniel Craig did like I said, he delivers an awesome performance. Him, Liev Schreiber, Jamie Bell, it's a great movie. And if you're into war movies, this is one of those lesser known elements of the war that happened. You don't usually
it wasn't all the grandiose battles and
like two-thirds of the movie takes place in the forest.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, really cool movie. Check it out if you guys get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That is a solid pick for 3.
My number 2, which should be won't be a surprise to a lot of people, I'm going to guess. Knives Out.
There you go.
I didn't pick that on my top 5 because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Knives Out. So, he's playing once again. He's got that great Southern accent that he had from Logan Lucky, and he's now this.
Scenery.
And this movie is just so crazy. So everyone hates Rian Johnson for what he did to Star Wars.
Yeah.
But he made this movie, and I'm happy to see him make as many of these movies as he wants because
3 has been announced for pre-production already, I think.
Yeah. Well, two's coming out the beginning of next year.
Yeah, 2's in post-production,
Yeah.
and 3's already in pre-production apparently.
The character he plays in this is like he makes this movie. This is one of those movies where there's a great cast. There's a huge cast in this. But
Fantastic cast.
He like almost everybody else in the movie is just kind of there. He is the driving force in this movie, and he's freaking awesome.
Right. And this movie, for me, the movie, what I really loved about this movie is that I did figure out who the guilty person was, but Rian Johnson had so much stuff in the air that it kept me like never having given me a break to try and figure out how he did it. And when we finally get the revelations at the end, I'm like, oh yeah, if I were sitting at home pausing the TV, I would have figured this out like from the clues. But there was just so much stuff happening. There were so many moving parts, like a good mystery movie. And then one of the reasons why I like going to the movies is that I won't stop and think about it, because that's how I burnt up Fight Club. I figured that one out in the first 20 minutes because I was like, pause the TV and like, why is that happening?
Yeah.
So it changed my entire perspective. I thought he was having a giant hallucination. I thought everything else was a hallucination right up until the final bit of the movie.
Yeah. But no, I like this. Like I said, what's the cast? You had Chris Evans. Chris Evans and
you got Don Johnson in it, for fuck's sake.
Chris Evans and Christopher Plummer's characters were also really, really good. Everybody else, I mean, even though there's a great cast, everybody else was just kind of there. Like Jamie Lee Curtis. I wasn't a real big fan of Ana de Armas, who plays the Martha?
Yeah.
Martha, or whatever her name was.
Martha, why'd you say that name?
Her performance in this was like, you could have put anybody else in that, it would have been the same.
Yeah.
I also liked what was the lieutenant, the guy, the cop that was following him around.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good too. I can't remember that guy's name, but Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon. So that's the thing. I was so disappointed in Michael Shannon's character because he's not bad, but Michael Shannon's another one of those actors that can just, like I said, like just choose scenery.
Yeah,
you know.
And
I was really waiting for him to like really come out in this character, and he was just kind of there.
Well, I also liked it was a movie that had great dialogue and also like really kind of caught the moment of the times in a way that a lot of movies wouldn't, because of what was happening in that era, and the Trump era. Yeah, they would actually address people having to deal with the fact that this was happening, and the Don Johnson's character and other people, and just like it felt really realistic in a way that a lot of other movies would do everything in their possible to avoid having to mention it at all.
Well, what was cool about it too was like everybody was an asshole.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like all the Trump people are evil, you know.
Like this panel,
everybody was an asshole. Like the uber ultra liberal, the one mother, is like you find out she's like embezzling money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's a dick.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I really liked Knives Out. Again, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, Christopher Plummer. Christopher Plummer's character was. This was one of those movies where it was low key. It was so low key, but just the way he reacts to everything is just like, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah,
you know, it's like she tells him, she gives him the wrong medicine, and he goes, "Oh well, that's not good." It's just like a guy who's just so ready to go. He's like, I'm done. I finished. Yeah. But no, and Daniel Craig's character was awesome. And when they said that they were going to make more movies with that character, what was his name? LeBlanc,
something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm 100% down with watching more movies with that character. But yeah, to touch on the Rian Johnson thing again, Rian Johnson does certain movies well.
Yeah,
and what happened with Star Wars was two things. One, he tried to do too much. and he tried to push things in a way that when you're doing a franchise movie like that, you need to be true to the franchise. It's not about your
not just true to the franchise. If you're doing a trilogy, you need to look at what's been done in the opening fucking episode and continue the storyline that's set out for you.
Yeah.
Yes, you can
remake the entire movie again.
Yeah, you don't need to reimagine the universe. And
No.
He did cop a huge attitude about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
But no, Knives Out, good movie.
Yep.
Like I say, not seen it yet, so I couldn't put it in my list.
It's worth it, dude. It's worth it just for his performance.
Cool. I will. Right. Well, I got 2 movies now that I've added to my fucking to watch list.
Yep.
The backlog is real, folks. Sadly, in more ways than one, but that's enough about me.
But
right. So, who's it? Is it mine?
it's your number one.
I thought it was my number 2.
No, you went.
No, my number 3 was Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm always fucking right, Bob. I'm the Orc. The Orc is always right, as Job in the chat will attest to.
My mistake.
Except for earlier when he was wrong, but we covered that before the show started.
Yeah, I was 8 out. I was 8 fucking views out. And I'm tempted to just put it on fucking repeat now just to get it there, just so I can say, told ya.
I wouldn't argue with that plan.
But yeah, right. So my number 2 is Defiance.
Huh?
Again, like you say, great character piece. It's, the build up, the way the setting is, it, like you say, 2/3 in the woods. It's not grandiose. It's very close. It's very not claustrophobic in feel, but it's very atmospheric, and that just lends to the performances, I think. And it's just you just think to yourself, holy shit, you almost feel like you're there, because like you say, it's just it's one of those movies where you think, okay, they managed to get the square peg into the round hole, and it just worked. With a couple of the supporting characters. I mean, yeah, you had a couple of problems with a couple of them, but I personally thought they all played their roles pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Because they helped to elevate, Daniel's performance, Jamie's performance, Olivia's performance. Sorry, Olivia.
Liv.
Yeah, they helped expand, helped emphasize their performance. Because that's what you want. Your supporting cast is supposed to prop up the main cast.
Yeah, no, it's like, and they had great chemistry on scene. Like you really believe, like, because here's the thing, they don't look anything alike.
Mm-hmm.
But you believe that they were brothers because of the way they were treating each other, the way they acted with each other.
Yeah,
I really will watch this
think they
movie.
went out
I
on a
really wish I watched the movie you guys
beforehand.
saw, but I did not like that movie.
Defiance?
Yeah, I was not a big fan.
Really,
dude, I love that movie. Maybe it's a war movie thing. I don't know.
Well, trust me, I've seen a boatload of war movies, and maybe that's the reason why I didn't think it was that great compared to some of the other ones I've seen. But
it was a war movie which wasn't focused so much on the war, but a very personalized part of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It wasn't the overall grandiose scheme of generals moving regiments around and the rest of it. It was more focused on, it
was a very personal story.
Yeah. One family's.
I just wasn't that
viewpoint
I
of it.
Didn't get into it that much, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't The Longest Day, but.
Yeah.
Oh, you froze.
Oh, Dave is gone again.
Oh no! There you are.
Dave. When you start this new job, tell them they've got to fit fucking cable all around your bloody house.
For me, it was you that phased out. I can see.
That's because you froze.
But cool. That's your number 2. All right, so my number 2 is one that probably is not going to be on your guys' list, and that is Infamous. Infamous.
Didn't see
This is the story about Truman Capote when he's doing the research for his book In Cold Blood. It's based off. It's a real life murder. With I'm trying to remember the name of the two guys. I can't remember, but Daniel Craig plays the one that Truman Capote basically kind of falls in love with in a weird way. And he's basically kind of the character he plays is this kind of a greaser, drifter, loner kind of guy who he and his accomplice murder this family out in the middle of nowhere. Like it's one of those things where like it's a murder that takes place where a murder normally wouldn't happen because it's like out in the middle of the boondocks. And it's
Toby Jones again.
Yeah, Toby.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, the cast is amazing, dude.
I wanted
Damn.
to watch it, but just couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's like I know Toby Jones, Daniel Craig, Sandra Bullock plays Harper Lee, Sigourney Weaver's in it, Gwyneth Paltrow's in it, Peter Bogdanovich is in it, Jeff Daniels is in it.
BRB folks.
God, I'm trying to remember who else. There's a whole bunch of people. I think I can't remember. There's an Italian actor. I can't remember her name now, but she's really famous. She's in it. But it's an awesome period piece. It gets into the mind of Truman Capote. Truman Capote was a weird dude, but like a really weird dude. But he was an amazing writer. And Toby Jones is one of those actors that, like, when he takes on a role, he turns himself into that person. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched Sherlock, but he plays God, what's the guy's name on that show that he played it?
Moriarty?
No, he plays
Mycroft?
No, it's not a major. He plays one of the bad guys.
Okay.
But the character he plays is like this schmarmy, like media mogul, and who commits a murder, and he's so desperately he flaunts it, the fact that he did it, but that he's so powerful and he's so well known and beloved that there's nothing they can do about it.
Right.
But yeah, he's one of those actors that just becomes whatever character he plays, and he's just an awesome guy. Like, he played trying to remember. Like I can't remember what episode it was, but if you get a chance to go check that out. In the Marvel movies, he played Arnim Zola, which was in the first Captain America film. But one of in my opinion, one of the best actors out there working today. Cool. And just because he's a weird looking dude, so he always plays.
Yeah, you're on about Toby Jones still.
Yeah, and so he always plays weird looking characters.
See you later, Joe.
Yeah,
Joe, man. Latest geese.
But yeah, Infamous. Check it out. Awesome performance.
Yeah, I wanted to. It just didn't have couldn't find it, and couldn't find the time. You know, for me, it was also family time. I had 4 days to go for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, as the movie itself overall, it kind of drags. So it's not the most exciting film. But if you're really into character performances and things like that, like I said, just watching him transform into that character is amazing.
Okay, I guess it's my turn to be number one. One day they might legalize drugs, and everything will be much better when we have corporate tries. But till then, we have Layer Cake.
I knew you were going to pick it.
Yeah,
that is the best movie ever. I'm sorry.
Welcome to the Layer Cake.
Yeah. Just the and once again, one of those movies that has a lot of moving parts, like Knives Out, and there's so much going on, and you don't realize things are happening. And with the great cast of it, like, it's him. He's got Cole Meany, Michael Gambon, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's just such a great movie. And when Casino Royale came out, and that's when I watched it for the first time, and something they were labeling it on like Bravo as like James Bond in training, which it's not really, but it's because his character doesn't want to use guns at all in that movie, and yeah, just all the different things that happen. I remember watching it for the first time with some friends of mine, and they're like, my one friend, when the girl shows up at the hotel room and ready to do it with him, and my friend says, that never happens in real life, and I'm like, it's happened to me. And but unfortunately, I didn't get attacked by two guys shortly afterwards, but there's just
that's because you told them you spent all your money already.
Moving parts going in right up until the end when what happens, that ending. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I'll give away the spoiler. This movie's like 20 years old. The scene when the fact is in the entire movie, you never learn his character's name.
No, yeah, it's one of those movies. It's kind of like everybody like what was it? Kill Bill.
Yeah,
maybe like she just called the bride. Like you don't know, you don't find her name out until the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Wrath of Man, which I just watched the other day. Good film, actually.
Oh yeah, that was a great film.
Yeah. He's either alternatively known as, without spoilers, he's either alternatively known as Boss, or as they make abundantly clear, by his fucking fake identity name. You never know his name.
Yeah.
Even his son, just even when he's talking to family members, they just call him Dad.
Yeah.
When he's talking to gang members, they just call him Boss.
A great movie like that is called The Driver.
Yeah.
With Walter Hill movie, because in that movie the main character is the driver, Bruce Dern's the detective. Everyone has like a
descriptive, not a name.
Yeah, their name is what
glasses, the player, the connection.
Yeah. Their name is what they do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I forgot about Layer Cake. Damn.
Yeah.
How the hell?
No, I didn't forget about Layer Cake, but I haven't seen it in about 15 years, and I've always been a bit of a snob when it comes to British movies.
Call him Meanie, man. Damn. I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah. It's just it's like a very early Guy Ritchie movie, which is not made by Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
No, it's Matthew Vaughn, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's a Guy Ritchie style film.
Who did Kingsman.
Yeah.
You can see where he's developed his style between Layer Cake and Kingsman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But pick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, but like I say, I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to British movies.
Well, you can be a snob.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I didn't think it was good enough. It was no fucking Lover and a Bay, I'll tell you that. And if you haven't seen Lover and a Bay, watch that movie. Oh, that is fucking great. Although technically you really need to watch Final Cut first.
Cool.
Great movies, by the way. Jude Law's in them, Johnny Lee Miller, Ray Winston.
Jude Law's a dude we could do a show on.
Oof.
He's been out.
Yeah, but what would you knock out?
I don't know. Like, what's his most famous role? He's one of those guys that's like he's a chameleon. He just does everything.
Yeah. Oh, it was actually, I really like Wisdom of Crocodiles with him. Did you ever see that? Like, was that fucking late 90s again?
Yeah,
the Wisdom of Crocodiles?
You're going way back, man. That's not ringing a bell. If I saw it, I probably would.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. He saves a bird from jumping in front of a tube train. But he's not all he seems to be.
Dun, dun, dun.
So are we on to the Orcs number one then?
Oh, my number one was actually Munich.
Good choice.
For a lot of the reasons you stated, partially as well because this was kind of a forgotten event in history.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, you don't want to say too much because you spoil it for people.
It's one of those movies that were like there's so many moving parts in it. You just mention one thing and it just unravels.
Yeah, it clicks everything together and it ruins it. But part of the reason I liked it as well because it was a brave movie to make.
Yeah,
a very controversial kind of subject about something which had tried to be swept under the rug, for want of a better phrase. That happened. Never mind. Let's move on. Look, shiny things. Look, keys. There we go.
Well, they interviewed that guy, the actual guy from the Mossad team, who was I'm in the movie. They make him like, oh, I don't want to kill these people. Do that, and he said, screw them. I want it.
I wanted to do. I wanted to. Yeah.
That's why I said at the beginning when I said it's a very Hollywood. Hollywood. It's a very Hollywoodized film.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of refreshing to see them take a punt. It was refreshing to see them take a punt on something which is very controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we say?
Well, you got to remember, this was like the height of the Iraq War,
right?
Back in 2005. So like tensions between the West and the Middle East was really high. Yeah. And as we all know, Israel is a hot button issue.
Yeah, and we're not getting into the whole Israel-Palestine thing or any of that shit. No.
Yeah.
God, no.
That'll take us forever.
Yeah. It was great film. Like you say, really well acted. Especially Banner. He really has some acting chops. It's a shame he got kind of kiboshed.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, fuck off. Sorry, I'm just getting an alert. Apparently, Rocket League is giving me a free reward. I've never played fucking Rocket League. I got it for free on the Epic Game Store, and I've never even installed the bastard. Why the fuck am I getting told if I log in once, I get an epic reward? Fuck off. And that took up half my screen, so there you go. That's my little awkward rant about that. But no, Munich, like I say, it was... Yeah, to use your phrase, hot button topic that people had tried to pretend never happened.
Mm-mm.
And it takes a bit of balls as, a production house and a director to go, no, that's the story I want to tell. Even if we have to change some bits of it to please the producers.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want to have their input because they think they know best when it comes to making a movie. If you knew best, you'd be a director, not a producer.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be the guy with the money, you'd be the guy with the idea. But I think money equals ideas. But so it was, very refreshing to see something a little bit off the wall, shall we say.
And it's one of those movies that just kind of came out of nowhere, too. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I remember the advertising for it. It was just like Eric Bana Eric Bana, Daniel Craig, Munich. You won't believe it happened.
And that was the thing, too, is like so many people saw the title of that movie and went, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's a forgotten moment in history.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my number one.
Good choice. Okay. My number one, Knives Out.
Mm.
Like I said, this movie, here's the thing. Like I said, the story is interesting. I understand why people don't dislike Rian Johnson. I get it. I wasn't a fan of Last Jedi either. I wasn't a fan of the way he acted after Last Jedi. But this is the kind of movie, like I watched this movie, I was like, okay, this is the kind of movie he needed to do and never touch a science fiction film again. Because even though he did do one science fiction film that had a really cool idea to it and everything, it wasn't the best. Like, it got a huge amount of praise, but it wasn't the best.
Yeah. So
this is the kind of movie that Rian Johnson needs to stick to. And but this is one of those movies where like I said, the performance by Daniel Craig, by Chris Evans, and by Christopher Plummer, even though Christopher Plummer is only in the movie for about like 8 or 9 minutes at tops, he's so awesome in this movie, man. It's Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig as Blanc and Chris Evans as I can't remember his character's name, Random or something like that. But his character is such a smarmy rich kid. Was so good in this thing, man. And like I said, this is the movie you watch for one guy's performance. You watch this for Daniel Craig's performance, because every scene he's in, he chews the hell out of that scene, out of the scenery. He's so freaking awesome in this movie, and he's got such a great cast around him. Like I said, I was like, when his character came on and the way he was doing it, I was waiting for their character to start breaking out and do the same thing.
Right.
Because, like they said, you've got the three actors in here who could just, like I said, just chew the scenery alive, man. And like Michael Shannon, I don't know if you've ever seen some of Michael Shannon's best movies, man. That guy's awesome. He's one of the best actors of his generation. But it never really happened. But then there's also these little cameos, like Frank Oz plays the lawyer.
Yep.
Which was so freaking hilarious because like his attitude was just like, I'm done with these people.
Yep.
But so there's little things like that. But the story is actually really, really awesome, really, really good. I did figure out, like, the interesting about it is you can figure out who the killer is pretty easy. But it's not about who the killer is. It's about A, how they did it, and B, everybody else's reaction to everything that's going on.
Right.
It's how this family who tries to present themselves as being like, altruistic and whatnot, just literally implodes and becomes the most vile, narcissistic people that you could possibly imagine. Like by the end of this movie,
I'm gonna have to watch this now.
End of this movie, I didn't care about any of these people. I was like, you're all suck. You're all in different ways. You're all just bad people.
Right.
So, and it was across, and like I said, it was across the board. It was because
I get the feeling that Rian Johnson knows a lot of these people in person.
Yeah, and what was cool
he's
about
characterizing a lot of people he knows in Hollywood because that felt very Hollywood. And
that's what it was. It felt like you have all these people like whether you're on the right or the left, who present themselves as one thing and they're actually something else. And because you had like you had like the ultra liberal family who was like, oh, we're so happy for you today, but then behind the scenes they're like, how are we going to screw this bitch over? So it's like, yeah, it was really cool to see that. But it's a great performance by Daniel Craig, man, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next movie. If the next movie that they do with this character is anywhere near as good as this one, it's going to be fun.
Well, never know. Maybe he's going to be allowed to take the reins off a little bit more because his Bond tenure is done.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, some actors, they get cast for roles, but they don't want to upset. If they've got a recurring role, they don't want to upset the apple cart for the big payday, serial that they've got going on. Yeah. So maybe you can, again, I'm speculating because I haven't actually seen Knives Out yet.
Yeah.
But Knives Out reminds me a bit of that old Michael J. Fox movie. One where he's a professional bowler and goes back to visit his family. Phil Hartman's in it.
Shit!
It's Kirk Douglas is in it. It's oh god, I can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that movie. Yeah, the way that everybody acts in that movie is that's because even Michael J. Fox's character, he starts to do the same thing, and then he realizes and he's like, oh god, I'm turning into one of these people too.
Yeah.
So that's that was what was it? I'm gonna look that up. Douglas.
Oh, that's
he was the scrap metal salesman.
Yeah. And it had Kathy Ireland in it. Yep.
It had and it had what's his name? Greedy. That's the name of it.
Yep.
Yeah, it had Kirk Douglas. It had Olivia Dabo she was the live-in nurse who she started doing the same thing. She's like, I'll sleep with him to get the money. And it had Phil Hartman. Hartman was in it. Ed Begley Jr. was in it. Colleen Camp was in it. God, who else? Kevin McCarthy. Wow, dude, yeah, that's a good call, man. But Phil Hartman's character was awesome in that. Him and his wife named all three of their kids after him.
Yep.
And then the one family, his sister and her husband, his brother and his brother's wife put his sperm into a centrifuge so that they could isolate all the males, so they would have only male kids. It was like the stuff this family went, the steps that they went through to try to get this guy's friggin' fortune was insane.
Yeah. And they all, I'm sure they all started, that's what always got me is just like, and Christopher Plummer's character as well, though, is that I know all these your children and your grandchildren all hate you and they're coming for your money. But on the other hand, what did you do to make them this way?
Yeah.
Because these are all like there's usually one maybe bad one, but all of them are bad, and you were involved in that somehow.
Yeah.
So
And that was really that's an element that happens in Knives Out. So yep, there you go.
That's an extra one on my fucking to watch list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's already on there because of previous.
All right.
Sorry. But damn. Okay. People who are left in the chat, do you agree with these?
Well, we haven't got to his number one.
No, my number one was Layer Cake.
Yeah, his was Layer Cake. Mine was Munich. Yours was Knives Out.
Yeah. I keep going
fucking
back.
hell, Bob. You show up fucking 40 minutes late. No, sorry, half an hour late.
I was picking up my deer meat. What do you want?
Yeah, fucking, yeah, your deer meat. What, you mean you run it over to get it out the fucking bumper first?
That's the tenderest part.
Yeah.
What, the bumper?
The part that-
I
the part
don't
that
even
hit
go
the
there.
bone.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there. But no,
Yeah.
folks in the chat, let us know if you agree with any of our picks, because none of our picks are wrong. Because we are individuals. We have a different opinion, and we don't actually fucking plan this out.
Right.
So
yeah. So
Go
one of the things I was thinking about is that the people in the chat were talking about horror movies, but I'm not like you guys. I'm just not someone who has an aficionado of all these things. I've seen my occasional one off of one of the series, but I definitely haven't watched all the
Critters.
Nightmare on Elm Streets and stuff.
Sad.
no, I mean, I agree with him in some points. I like some horror movies. I like some horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd be
fucking
much more
Paranormal
interested in
Activity.
Hammer horror films than I would be.
I love Hammer horror films.
Good old classic Hammer horror where the blood was bright orange.
Man.
Because they had to make it that way. Otherwise, they'd not be allowed to fucking release it.
But
so you guys ever hear of the hilarious House of Frightenstein?
The hilarious House of it rings a bell. I'm not pulling a blank on it.
I think that's a Yankee Town thing.
No, it's a Canadian thing. It's a.
Oh well, all right. So it's the subsidiary of Yankee Town thing.
So it's this little known basic cable kids show that was made just down the street from my condo. But what happened is they had, for some reason, they got Vincent Price to come in and work for scale.
What? For scale?
To do a bunch of basic stuff. To be in this show, and he filmed up. He's does the intro and the outro on the show, and they did 24 little or 48 little bits of him. And he's constantly in the. They cut to him he's the moderator on this show, and apparently he wanted to make something he could show his children.
Wow!
Ooh,
and there's a museum for this in Hamilton as well. So if you guys ever want to have a good time from watching a kids or want to show something to kids, put on the hilarious House of Frightenstein.
Dude, they made 130 episodes in 9 months, starting in 1970.
Sorry. Repeat that.
They made 130 episodes of this show. All 130 episodes were made in a 9-month span. Hollywood.
Why the fuck can't you do this now? It takes you 7 months to do a 6 episode fucking show nowadays.
Yeah, apparently in 2018, someone got the rights to it and they made an animated thing out of it. But cool, I'll have to look that up, man.
Yeah.
But all right, so what we're gonna do next time, guys?
Okay, well, we had one suggestion in the chat that was interesting. Top 5 caper movies that aren't
Caper/heist. Yeah.
And when I think
that's interesting. We need to find a date for it. I cannot guarantee anything at the moment, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Because things is a popping and things is a changing, and we're trying to do shit at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we can iron out the date later.
Certainly.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I like the idea of top 5 heist / caper movies.
And to me, a caper is, because in the spirit of oceans, I think a caper movie counts if they have a team where they put in a team together to do a job. That seems to be the kind of the thing in the Ocean's 11. So you can eliminate some of the Guy Ritchie movies that some people might think as heist films, but aren't really.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't think, was it
Lock, Stock,
Rock and Roller or
Yeah,
Lock,
Rock and
Stock
Roller.
would fit those kind of things versus, I would say, the original both Italian Jobs do count.
No, we fuck the remake. That's a piece of shit.
Yeah, Michael Caine needed another payday.
Well, come on. You see Michael Caine's fucking payday he got from fucking Get Carter 2000 with Stallone, because that was, back in the, what was it? Yeah, 98, 99 when they started filming shit. They thought it was really cool to put the name the letters 2000 at the end of it. So you had Stallone's Get Carter 2000 and Michael Caine's the fucking bartender.
Yeah. So what was Michael Caine? God. The movie where he's like the old retired soldier and he goes around killing all these people. I can't remember what it's called.
Isn't it Get Carter?
No, that's not Get Carter.
No.
He's like a retired soldier from the Troubles, and his best friend gets killed, and they're living in like a retirement home, and so he just goes and kills all the drug dealers. It's kind of like it's an interesting movie. I'm going to have to look that.
You're not confusing him with Clint Eastwood, are you?
Oh, no, it was very Clint Eastwood.
What?
It was a movie made a few years ago. I'm trying to remember what it's called here.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Okay.
We could always go
it was
Michael Caine
recent.
series,
Right.
but I just don't know what his most famous movie is.
So Michael Caine, who's 88 years old, man. Damn.
And you know, a little bit of my general trivia.
King of Thieves?
This one was called Harry Brown.
Oh, Harry Brown.
Okay.
So,
this is like 10 years ago.
Yeah. So
Okay, I remember that now.
this film critic, I used to follow his podcast. I'm going to have to track it down. Kind of went shut down during the pandemic because he shut down. No movies were coming out. So he was a film critic at the time for like a magazine in Washington. He finds out that Harry Brown is being released and they're doing like the tour in New York. So he takes the bus up and goes up there, and he says he was one of the only few film critics or reviewers to show up to it. So he basically got Michael Caine to himself for 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
He's like, this is amazing.
Then he got paternity test
to meet him for like 5 minutes, and I got like 2 hours with Michael Caine because no one else showed up.
Well, the thing is, Michael Caine's actually a really down-to-earth bloke.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the little factoid I was going to say, Michael Caine has only been Michael Caine for, I think it's 5 years now, 6 years now.
Yeah.
Because obviously Michael Caine is his stage name, as it were. And he got fed up every time he went abroad anywhere, went anywhere, he'd hand over his passport with his real name and all the rest of it, and everybody just look at it and go, no, this is fake, you're Michael Caine. So he got pulled into so many passport checks because people confuse an actor's pseudonym, an actor's stage name with their real name. He was like, no, I've got fed up with this now. I'm fucking I'm doing like 27 flights a year or whatever it is. I've got fed up with it now. Fuck it. And he actually changed his name by default to Michael Caine.
Nice.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies of his is something I've been trying desperately to find again, called Water.
Water.
It's from '84. It's he's playing basically the governor general of this remote British island in the Caribbean, and suddenly an oil company comes there and they find not oil, but this natural form of water that tastes great. and everyone in the
Is
world
this a
going.
comedy?
What's that?
Is it a comedy?
Yes, it's a comedy, and so there's he has to deal with these two guys who are like the revolutionaries who are trying to overthrow the country. There's all these different people come together, and they say trying to get control of this island. Once they find out it is the only source for this weird type of water that's like better than Coca-Cola.
Okay.
When that tab clear.
Okay, I just looked it up, and it's got Billy Connolly in it, so I have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I find it. You might get it on DVD somewhere.
Fred Gwynn's in it too. There you go.
By the way, no, that's not Michael Caine's best comedy.
Oh, I didn't say it was his best comedy. I just said
Michael Caine's best comedies are either Dirty Rotten Scoundrels,
made by Frank Oz is the director.
Yeah.
yes, with Steve Martin, or Without a Clue.
Oh yes,
with Ben Kingsley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You seen that one, Bob?
I love that freaking movie.
Ben
Kingsley's like, what are you doing? Thinking. Ben Kingsley thinking. I'm gonna think too.
Yeah.
What are we thinking about?
So, Holmes, how many windows exactly are on the front of this house? Haven't the foggiest idea, Watson. He was just annoying me. I wanted to shut him up.
Yeah.
You've been touching my chemistry set again. No, I haven't.
Yeah, I love that movie. I actually saw that movie at the theater.
Oh wow.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. But
I've got that and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Oh, by the way, they're doing Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I think it's Netflix or something.
Did you see that piece of crap remake they tried to do with Rotten Scoundrels with Rainn Wilson and no. What's God damn it, Sandra Keira Knightley?
What are you talking about?
Let me see if I can find the name of that here. She did a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
I know they're filming one now.
Or
at least I think they're still filming it. They might have gone into post, but
see here, they just did it. What the heck is that chick's name? Let me hang on a minute. I'll find it. Joe Rabbit. That was a great movie, by the way. Jojo Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just her name. Well, Rebel Wilson. She did a movie with what is it? The Hustle. They called it The Hustle. It was a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. And they didn't tout it as a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. It's a good thing because the movie was a piece of crap.
No, I'm actually honestly, they're doing something. I think it might be Netflix.
Yeah.
They're doing something Dirty Rotten Scoundrels reimagining or fucking series or I don't fucking know.
Anne Hathaway was the Michael Caine character, the high society grifter. Rebel Wilson was the Steve Martin character, who was kind of like the shyster who wanted to learn. And then they got into the competition. It was literally a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, by the way, yeah, sorry, I've got to point out. Matthew says, looks like Water is on DVD, but $52. Okay, Matthew, double check that because I'm pretty goddamn fucking sure what you'll find if you look in the details of that is a VHS to DVD rip.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rip of some kind.
Yeah.
For example, on a throwback to our Christopher Lambert episode that we did, I used to have Gunman with him and Mario Van Peebles on VHS. You can't buy that. You can buy that on DVD, but it's about 70 fucking bucks, and it clearly states this is a VHS to DVD rip. If I'd kept my entire VHS collection and bought a VHS to DVD ripper, I'd be fuck me. I wouldn't be hanging around with these two guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it is on.
Damn.
Ooh, is that
cool? All right, so we'll set that for our next one then.
Yep.
The heist movie thing.
Oh, I found a apparently there is a copy here for $22 on.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
DVD.
Cool.
Yeah, but is that Canadian dollars or US dollars?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta take off though, guys. I gotta get ready for it.
Yeah, no, we're gonna knock it out now.
Yep.
But
Well, thanks for coming, and we'll figure out when the next stream is because we'll have to work it out on a Saturday or Sunday and see what works.
My schedule actually changed on the weekends, so I'm off the daytime. So
okay, good. Well, yeah. So it's the top 5 heist movies that aren't the Ocean series.
Yes, either the remakes, the originals, or the reimagining. Well, let's face it, nobody fucking picked. Like I said,
nobody cares about that Sandra Bullock piece of shit.
No.
Yeah, I felt very sorry for that movie because the reason why one of the reasons why Ocean's 11 series is so great is look who is the 11.
Yeah.
And Ocean's 8 is like sure you got 2 people.
Yeah,
it's just like,
you got 2 people and some bit parts.
I mean, like Matt Damon is third.
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
In that movie, he's the third person.
Yeah. But
exactly.
Thanks for hanging with us, everybody. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so good seeing you again.
Guys, catch you all later and make sure you subscribe if you're watching this on the replay. And hit the bell because, the Orc bell end needs ringing.
Yep.
Only joking, this is Dave's channel.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in and having another Tuesday afternoon with us. And like, share, subscribe. Okay, we're out.
Laters.